Welcome to Peptide-Proof, your source for rigorous, independent, evidence-based peptide intelligence. Today, we're looking at the ExoBlue compounding base by PCCA and how it's moving the industry from mass market to personalized peptide skincare. Let's get right into it.
If you look at the market over the last 5 years, peptide skincare has, well, it's completely exploded. It went from this niche scientific ingredient to a massive global trend. But here's the thing to keep in mind. That growth was built almost entirely on standardized products. Mass-produced formulas designed to sit on retail shelves for months, engineered to be just effective enough for the average consumer. So the question on the screen here really gets to the core of it. What exactly comes next? Once the market hits saturation with these generalized solutions, where does the real innovation actually happen?
As you can see, we are firmly transitioning away from that traditional one-size-fits-all manufacturing model. We're stepping into an era of bespoke, personalized customization. Now, what's really fascinating about this shift is that it actually requires a fundamental restructuring of how skincare is formulated and delivered. So today, we're going to examine the underlying technology making this possible and how we're moving away from mass production toward formulations built specifically for the individual.
Which brings us to the definition you're seeing now. In 2026, PCSCA launched ExoBlue. Now, to be clear right up front, ExoBlue isn't a finished serum you just buy off a retail shelf. It's a highly specialized compounding base. Think of it as a blank canvas engineered specifically for compounding pharmacies and independent clinical formulators. Basically, it provides the exact structural environment needed to add targeted active peptides. It's the critical infrastructure that lets a professional build a customized product from the ground up rather than just handing a patient a pre-mixed solution.
Our source material uses a really great analogy to illustrate this, comparing mass-market skincare to instant coffee and custom compounding to a specialty pour-over. And honestly, it hits the nail on the head. Instant coffee is built for convenience and massive scale, right? Pour-over, on the other hand, is all about precision, timing, and tailoring the brew to the specific bean. In the skincare space, this isn't just a change in the product itself. We're really looking at the birth of an entirely new, professionalized service model.
So why do peptides, specifically, need this level of customization? Looking at this breakdown, it comes down to their sheer diversity. Peptides aren't just one single ingredient. They're a massive, complex family of amino acid chains with entirely different mechanisms of action. You've got signal peptides like matrix cell that prompt cellular action, carrier peptides like GHK-Cu delivering trace minerals, and neurotransmitter inhibitors alongside enzyme inhibitors and antimicrobial peptides. A single universal formula just can't unlock their full potential because they all perform completely different physiological tasks.
Beyond the headlines.
Into the research. Peptide-proof.
To understand how this plays out clinically, take a look at this demographic contrast. A 20-year-old with oily skin needing barrier support and oil control requires a vastly different peptide cocktail, maybe focusing on antimicrobial peptides and lightweight hydration. Now, compare that to a 50-year-old with dry skin looking for deep repair and firming. They'd benefit much more from a targeted mix of signal peptides, carrier peptides, and neurotransmitter inhibitors. Standardized products force a compromise. Customization actually matches the specific biological need of the patient.
Which leads to a pretty obvious question. If customization is so scientifically superior, why has it been so hard to achieve until now? Well, the main hurdle is molecular stability. Peptides are notoriously fragile. Throwing multiple highly active peptides into a generic base usually just destroys their chemical structure. They can degrade, interact poorly with one another, or simply fail to penetrate the skin barrier effectively. It's really not as simple as just mixing raw ingredients together in a bottle.
And this is the precise technical barrier that ExoBlue is designed to solve. As outlined here, it provides formulators with an incredibly stable foundation. First, it maintains a highly stable pH environment, which is absolutely crucial for peptide survival. Second, it delivers a proper penetration enhancement system, meaning those large peptide molecules actually reach where they need to go. And third, it provides validated compatibility for multiple active peptides. So a professional can mix complex cocktails knowing the final product will actually remain stable and effective. But when we talk about custom skincare, we do have to face a bit of an industry reality check. According to a 20-year veteran formulator cited in our sources, up to 90% of the quote-unquote custom skincare on the market today is little more than a customized label slapped on a virtually identical formula. Many retail brands use customization just as a marketing angle. They might subtly tweak the fragrance or texture, but they keep the core active ingredients exactly the same across the board.
True customization, as you can see, has a significantly higher barrier to entry. It goes far beyond direct-to-consumer marketing. It demands professional clinical diagnosis to understand what the skin actually needs, advanced formulation science to pair the right actives, and compounding pharmacy support to mix it stably. That's exactly why PCA strictly targets the professional clinical market with ExoBlue, because true customization requires genuine expertise.
Ultimately, this technology is shifting the balance of power. As this quote perfectly summarizes, we are moving from an era where the brand dictates to a much more rational era where your skin dictates. It definitely leaves us with a critical question to consider. If your current routine was designed for millions of people, is it truly doing what your unique skin needs it to do? That's all for this episode. Like and comment to receive materials from us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.